preparation is underway at the White House for the state visit of President William Ruto and First Lady Rachel Ruto to the White House. The enthusiasm around this event is beyond contagious. All around downtown Washington, D.C. and the White House, you see the American flag and Kenya flag side by side flying proudly. As I said, the enthusiasm around this event is beyond contagious. People are excited and can't wait for the May 23rd event to kick off on the South Lawn. Today, as you know, today is our second day to the countdown to the official arrival ceremony. President William Ruto and the First Lady left Kenya on Sunday and arrived in the U.S. yesterday, Monday. The President and the First Lady are currently in Atlanta, where they signed an MOU yesterday with the Central, the CDC, the Central, with American CDC regarding health initiative surrounding HIV and AIDS. President William Ruto and the First Lady also visited the Carter Institute, where the President Ruto delivered remarks to an audience. He also met with the Kenya diaspora in Atlanta yesterday. He also met with one of American icon, basketball icon, Shaquille O'Neal, met with the president yesterday. As you know, sports is a big deal between for American as well as for Kenyans. Kenya are known as top marathon runners around the world. So sports will be a big deal for the two countries that might be part of the agenda during this visit. For our part, as we count down today to Thursday, when the kickoff of the arrival ceremony on the South Lawn, we wanted to capture this historic moment for our audience. So we took our camera out to the street to ask Americans and African in the diaspora, as well as other people in the emerging country and some of the White House staff, to tell us what this historic moment means to them. And one significant moment for me was when, during the interview, I met a Kenya a Rwanda 5-year-old girl that was so excited walking across the park of the White House when she noticed the Kenya flag flying next to the American flag, and she said to her parent, pointing, like, that's Kenya flag. It's one of the proudest moments that truly captured this event. It's not just for the current generation or previous generation. This is an historic moment for both American, Kenya, as well as all Africans, the younger generation, of what is possible when we all partner together and work together. As we know, Kenya gave America their first black president, President Obama. Our father was from Kenya, and as a student came to America to study here. So this union goes beyond just economic, diplomacy, or security. It is a joint, to describe it, a joint marriage that goes way back 60 years, deepening that relationship. Today, the press secretary, told the media that the President Biden sought to deepen this relationship. Tomorrow, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will travel to JBA of this significant event to welcome the President and First Lady of Kenya to officially to Washington, D.C. We will be bringing you more, but first, let's listen to what Americans African in this diaspora and other people have to say about this truly, truly historic moment. So you are part of the White House officials, seniors, well, the President Biden senior advisor for intergovernmental affairs. To see an African flag next to the American flag in the White House, talk to me about that.
Well, it's a real point of pride. This is not the first time the Kenyan flag has been here at the White House for a remarkable event. And I'm looking forward to being there on Thursday. It's a symbol of our partnership. We are doing so much together. We're so appreciative of what a powerhouse, an economic powerhouse, and also a strategic partner the Kenyan people and the Kenyan government and the Kenyan leadership have become, and appreciate the work that's being done, for instance, to help stabilize Haiti. That's so important. I've been down to Haiti, I've been to the Dominican Republic, and the Kenyan leadership down there will be really, really important. So it's great to be here, and this will be a great celebration of our enduring friendship and how the world has gotten so much smaller as our continents get closer and closer.
Kenya President Ruto is coming to town. It's an historic event,
Yes.
just like your visit to the White House today is an historic moment.
Yes.
So, could you talk about the significance of having an African leader come to the White House in more than a decade?
It is extremely significant because we should have stronger ties, I think, with the various countries in Africa. So to have the Kenyan president come, I know it's very near and dear to us in Delta Sigma Theta, because one of our oldest missions that we have in Africa is the support of a hospital in Kenya that helps with maternal health, that helps with making sure that babies can survive. And so we have been working in that country. We sponsor several schools in the country, and we have been working with them since the mid-60s, since the mid-1960s. And so we have very strong ties, and we believe that the United States should have the strong ties as well, because there is so much promise. Because when you look at opportunities, when you look at the opportunity for expansion, when you look at the opportunity for economic growth, not only for the country of Kenya, but for the United States as well. If we strengthen those ties, it really makes such a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how are you working with the diaspora? Again, you are here meeting with the president, talking about voting rights, talking about education. It's the 78th anniversary of Brown versus Board of Education, and that has significance not just for African American around the world in Africa. In the 60s, as you know, the president of Ghana, who was a student in the U.S., worked with the former Ari Belente Forte regarding gaining independence in Ghana. So talk about how you're working. You mentioned through the maternal health and several other organizations. Talk about how you're working with the diaspora here and also in Africa, as well as this historic visit that the Divine Nine is having with the President of the United States, President Biden.
Well, I will have to tell you that all of our organizations really are worldwide. So when we look at the diaspora, when we look at Africa specifically, or even other countries where the diaspora is, we have chapters in a number of those places. So, speaking for Delta Sigma Theta, we have chapters that cover 18 countries in West Africa, 18 other countries in Southern Africa, if you will. And so we have the opportunity to have those that are on the ground who really understand the issues there, but they bring those issues back to our national organizations. There are several of our organizations who have chapters specifically in Ghana, so that, the various countries, our West Africa chapter is focused there in Ghana. We have chapters in the Caribbean. So we have those on the ground. who again, they help to raise the issues to us, and we help to partner across the board, not just the chapters there, but bringing the entire strength of our organizations to focus on issues of criticality in Africa, in the Caribbean, in other parts of the world, so that our communities, not just here in the United States, but more broadly, can all benefit from that. So I would say every single one of our organizations has various focus areas, in those countries. Again, we have a school that we support in Haiti as well. So we're so disheartened by the unrest that is going on there now. But we're doing what we can to make sure, that our school can continue to thrive, that students can continue to get educated, and it's absolutely critical.
We're trying to find out, as you mentioned, whether Americans know that the president of Kenya, President Ruto, the first African head of state to visit the White House for a state
I would say
visit.
I would say somewhere in the 5% range, if we're lucky, of people in this country that know that fact.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
Okay. And
Yeah.
hearing it from us right now.
I am hearing it from you.
Okay. So what do you think of the significance of having, oftentimes we have European leaders that visit, but from Africa?
It should have been happening much sooner.
Yes.
Should have been happening a long time ago. I'm grateful that it's happening now. I hope this shows positive progress in our relationship. I hope this shows progress in your country's ability to prosper, to gain whatever comforts are needed among your people, that sort of thing. This nation is ridiculously wealthy. We should be a part of supporting that.
Well, I stopped you guys because I heard you're like somebody from Kenya, must be what?
Must be what? Visiting. Oh, visiting. Okay.
Okay, so that is true. We are standing in front of the White House. President Ruto, William Ruto of Kenya, will visit the White House for a state visit this week. The first African head of state since 2008, and the first Kenya president in over 2 decades. And as you know, President Obama, U.S. number 44,
Yep.
his father is from where?
Kenya.
From Kenya. Thank
Yes.
you.
Uh-huh.
That the father, and you guys are originally from where?
India.
India. Okay.
Pakistan.
Okay, so you did immediately recognize the flag, because we've been trying to talk to people and they're like, we don't know what is going on. So tell me, what do you think, your view, just seeing that flag, what does it signify for you? Seeing it in front of the White House.
Oh, seeing that in front of the White House? I think that's very important because the White House and US is now pivoting towards Africa.
Yeah.
And I see not only flags here, but all around.
All around.
The
Yeah.
there are flags around all major highways because Africa is now becoming more and more important for US.
So you're here with your parents, and of these 3 flags, can you tell me the one in the middle? Which one is from Africa?
Kenya.
Kenya. Oh my God! How do you feel to see an African flag in front of the White House?
Because I know some African flags in the middle.
You know most of the country. Are you very proud as an African to see the flag there? Oh my God, thank you so much for talking with us, okay? And I hope you have a good time with Dad and Mom, okay? Thank you. Tell me, you're from Rwanda?
I'm from Rwanda, yes.
Okay, so as an African, you are here on vacation. What does it mean? You're just walking down to see the Kenya flag next to an American flag in front of the White House.
I think this means a lot for us, like me who is on vacation.
just visiting, I'd say, oh, this is amazing to see an African flag on the top. That means Africans, they are always doing something great, and then they have a good partnership with the Americans.
With the America. You know, like this is an historic visit. The first African head of state since 2008, and the first Kenya president in over 2 decades. As you know, Africa gave America the first black president, President Obama's
Yes, of course.
father.
Yes.
So, as a parent, you are here with your family. You know, at this historic moment that we happened this week. I know Rwanda has been through a lot. Rwanda is also a partner of Kenya. What does it mean to have your family here to see this up here?
It's still, it makes something sensitive to us to see how the African is a part of the world. Africa is booming. That's the time people to know the Africa. To see the Kenyan president come here, he representing us, all African countries. So I think it's beneficial for everybody, for Africans and then Americans as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, I appreciate
Thank you.
it.